So Teemu Pukki is offside because of his toenail. Lewis Dunk is offside because of his arm hairs. Johnny is offside because I don't know actually. And Zaha is offside because his mum gave birth to him with broad shoulders. Welcome, my friends, to the new generation of VAR. Nothing wrong can go wrong here at all. Absolutely perfect, flawless. I need to do a video about VAR and why it is time to cancel it. All of these incidents is all from one weekend. One weekend of Premier League football. Never mind Bundesliga, La Liga, whatever else. Just in the Premier League, this weekend, all these 4 incidents happened. So first things first, tell me down below in the comments, what is your thoughts on VAR? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you despise it? Let me know your thoughts. For me, I think that it should be used a lot better than what it actually is. As of right now, it should just not be used because it's creating more controversy if a player is offside. So, for example, I can understand why Dunker is offside. He looks, you can see by his arm is actually offside. So this makes sense. But Teemu Pukki, right here, you cannot tell me that this should be given as offside. No one could tell that this is offside. And guess what? So many incidents, so many games is being affected in negative ways because of this. Even if it's going for you, and let's say if you're a Spurs fan and you save a point because this goal was called off. If it goes for you, then you're buzzing. But you know that VAR is going to screw you over next week. In the game against Aston Villa, Villa scored against us. VAR saw it and it was actually offside by a distance, by like a half an arm or something. So it was given as offside because it was offside. That makes sense. But in situations like this, where you cannot actually tell if he is offside or not, then it should not be used in this situation. Or what I find absolutely baffling by this is that the referees cannot actually see it. I've got a device in the ear by some guy in a van somewhere. Don't know where he is. They're just in a van somewhere, looking at all the situation, and then they say to the referee, "Okay, offside," or "Oh wait, no, give it," and that's it. The actual referee might as well not even be there. They have no place on the football pitch. And again, please, this is a debate I want to have you guys. I love football. I've gone to every single Burnley game this year other than Watford away. So that's like 19 games I've been to this year, including the cups and friendlies. Maybe even like 22, okay? I've been to every single game this year, so I'm a football fan. I breathe it, I live it. And VAR for me has a place. It does. But it needs to be used much better. And the fact that there's no screen, that the referee can see it for himself to make a decision, is baffling to me. In the Champions League, I believe it's used a lot better because the actual referee, if it's needed, can actually go and watch it himself. That this still doesn't stop controversy because remember, guys, back in the Manchester United PSG game, or PSG United game, that United got a penalty in the last minutes of the game because of a controversial handball. For me, I still don't believe that should have been given because I think they were very lucky for that to be given to United's way. Because when you jump, you're going to have your hands up. You can't jump and have your hands inside the entire time. You are human. You are going to want to balance yourself out in the air. So his arm was like up here. Now, was that supposed to be a handball? That's a whole different story. That's your own opinion, that one. If you are a Manchester United fan, then of course you're going to say that, oh, I think it should be given as a foul. But as a neutral, if you see that, you would see it's harsh. It's very, very harsh. Of course, in a Man City versus Spurs game, Levante's goal, that was kind of on his arm or not at the same time. For me, I think that should have been given. I think it didn't hit his arm at all, really. It was to the side of his body. In the Champions League, for me, VAR makes sense. But in the Premier League, it needs to be scrapped, man. It needs to. It's losing goals. 22 goals has been cancelled out this year by marginal fractions of millimeters of offsides. It's ridiculous. You cannot tell that this is offside. What is he offside by? An armpit. What? And the next one as well. How can you tell he's offside? You can tell he's offside by what? His shoulder? Apparently you can score your shoulder, but you can't score with his hand. So it's not that his arm is offside, it's his shoulders offside. Again, how can you tell he's offside by that? You can't. It's so marginal, it makes no sense to me. If you really, really want to use VAR, then the best way to do it is to actually make the referee have the choice. So that means that, of course, they need help. The referees need all the help they can get. They cannot get every single decision exactly bang on. They can't. They are human too. I understand that. But no referees in these 4 clips here, in these 4 photos, had any choice in what they actually gave here. All they waited was for some guys in a van to make the choice or not. Also, this is why I find VAR to be backwards, right? Liverpool versus Wolves. Wolves had the offside called off, chalked off. If you think it's offside, it's your own choice. It's so marginal, no one can actually know for definite, right? However, this is what baffles me, is that Van Dijk, it hits his arm. It does hit his arm. Now, I don't think that it's biased or whatever, but what I do find is that it's inconsistent, is that Van Dijk is the one that put the long ball up front, that created the layoff for Mane to score the goal. He was the second pass. He was the second to last pass in the entire movement from back in defence, long ball, layoff, hit someone's shoulder or head, he laid it off, and then Mane put it away, okay? And guess what VAR did? VAR actually saw this because it was handball in movement, nothing wrong. He controlled it. It spun up in the air and it hit his arm. Simple, okay? No offside, no red card, no yellow card, just simple accidental mistake, right? VAR saw this, that it was a handball during the process. Whichever way you see it, his arm is in an unnatural position, it's up in the air and it hits his arm, it's a handball. VAR saw this and considered it to be not relevant enough, that it was inconclusive, that this is too far back in the process to see it as a foul, which I find that absolutely ridiculous, that he was literally the second to last ball in the entire process. He put a long ball up and within less than 3-4 seconds it was in the back of the net. How you can see this as not conclusive as a handball and relevant enough in the process is beyond anything. This is just in the last few months. Of course, the handball situation between Porto and Liverpool here, Alisson hits it out. It literally hits Trent's hand, and he is not in a natural position of his hand. It's up in the air. Now, is it accidental? Yes, of course, but the referee doesn't see it. Now, of course, it's not perfect in the Champions League either. These are all in Champions League games, right? And I just don't understand why the referee just doesn't go and see it if he feels need to. Now, this up next is a situation where VAR is being used correctly. So, City versus Spurs, he shoots, Rose tries to block it, and during the process, his arm is up in the air while sliding. Now, of course, is it natural? Yes, but does it hit his hand? It does. Now, what happens is that the actual referee goes to the actual screen and watches it for himself, for him to make the decision. Now, does it hit his hand? Yes, it does. Look at that. His arm is up in the air, so it hits his hand. It gives it a penalty. This is where VAR is used correctly. Now, again, is it harsh? Of course it's harsh. Of course it's harsh. I cannot doubt that. But that is a situation where VAR has been used where it should be. Where it's a situation where it deems it could be a handball. The referee doesn't know because he can't see it instantly. He has to double check it. He does. He looks at the screen and he decides for himself if it is a handball or not, which he sees it as a handball, so it gives it a penalty. That is where VAR should be used. This one up here, City versus Spurs, a massive game that happened, right? Goal in the 90th minute or so. Sterling scores, would send City to next round of the Champions League. A massive moment. And this situation is that you can kind of tell that Aguero is offside here. Pause it right now. In this situation, if you look at it, Aguero is offside. Is it harsh? Yes, but is he offside? Can you tell he's offside? Yes. Now, this is the next question, right? Does VAR ruin the footballing experience? Now, that's your own choice on that one. Because, of course, if you're a Spurs fan, you're buzzing. If you're a City fan, then you're absolutely raging. This is such a massive moment in a 90-minute to send City to the next round of the Champions League. And guess what? Because of this marginal offside, which you can at least tell that this is offside. It is offside. It's harsh. Everton tries to pass the ball back. It hits Bernardo Silva during the process, meaning it comes out of a City player, meaning it is deemed as a pass to Aguero. Therefore, he's offside. It's absolutely gutting if you're a City fan in the situation. It's nuts, man. It's nuts. Give me your thoughts about VAR, about where do you think it should be used in football, because I don't think anyone even really knows. VAR is used better in the Champions League purely because the referee can actually go and see the VAR and to decide for himself if it would be deemed as a handball or not, or offside or not, or red card or not. In the Premier League, it's just not working. It's causing way too much controversy than what it's good for. Now, would you ever live in a world with no VAR, so that if there is goals that's deemed as offside and we are solely relying on the actual linesman to do their job? Would you ever have that and live in a world where if it goes in, it just is a goal? Without VAR, it may make a situation where there's a goal that's being given, that the linesman cannot tell that he's offside or not. The player could be offside by a mile. Linesman doesn't give it, they score, and a team can be promoted or a team can be sent down, all because of that one man's fault. Or have VAR, where there's several men looking at a situation and yet they still can't tell if it should be offside or not. Is that even worse? I don't even know, man. But guys, tell me your thoughts in this down below in the comments. This is in one weekend, all the issues of VAR, and it's been shown quite well. So thank you all for watching. My name is Vizeh. I'll see you next time.